Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. Here we are. Hi, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Orange County, California, Southern California area. Welcome to all of you. This live stream is called Take Two Tuesday, in case you are new. I hope everything is working here. Let me see if I can find my name. A little bit better at this stuff. Let's see. There we are. Hey, supposed to say Stamps of Life under there. Well, welcome everyone. How is your day going today? I hope you are having a wonderful day. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up here on the show here today. And yeah, we'll have some fun here on Take Two Tuesday. Let me make sure that we have a chat going. Hi, Bonnie, Jan, and Gloria. Welcome, everyone. We got a nice sunny day here. You see, I have a sweatshirt on today. It's cold. About a month ago, it was super hot in here. I might have been almost sweating, but now it's cold. So, sweatshirt today. And we have dies to look at. And we will, let's see, we'll do a little demo. I have actually 3 dies. One we'll do just real quick. Just a reminder, we are almost in the Christmas season. Thanksgiving is coming up. Let's see what else. We will do our good news segment later, and we will be in Matthew chapter 14. If you have a Bible and you want to follow along, grab that. That will be fun. What else as we get going? Okay, so here on Take Two Tuesday, if you are new, again, my name's Ken. I work here at the Stamps of Life, one of the owners. My wife, Stephanie, is usually the face of the company. She does all the fun stuff. She makes the products. She makes all the fun videos, gives you all the great ideas. Here on Take Two Tuesday, what we do is we go back in the past and we take a second look at some items from the Stamps of Life that many of you have already, which is great. So this is a refresher reminder that you can get those dies, those stamps out, those Stamps of Life products, and you can use them again. Some of the time, just saying a card idea sparks an idea, and then you want to get it, what you have, and put it to use again, right? And then for those of you who are kind of new to the Stamps of Life, maybe you've known us for a year or two, some of these products will kind of seem like they're brand new because you've never seen them before. There's so many things on the website, it's really hard to keep up with everything. That is kind of our introduction. Let's see what is going on this week. Of course, Thursday we will have Stephanie's Crafting Corner. So if you have never watched that before, I hope you will stop by. I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Hi, Diane and Rebecca from South Carolina. Great. Dawn in New Jersey. Linda from Georgia. Janet. Hey, just for fun, are you guys all staying at home, or are you at work? Or I wonder how you get to watch during the middle of the day, just for fun. Post if you're at home, working from home maybe, or if you're at the office. We won't tell anybody, but let me know just for fun. Let's see what else. Okay, I do have, so again, I told you about the crafting corner on Thursday. We've got that. What else do we have going on here this week? Later in the week, well, actually, we won't get till later in the week. Let's see. Let me do, where is that? No, why are all those things not there? Okay, there we go. Tonight, new items will be on the website. Just 2 items. We have 2 items being added to the website tonight. Stephanie will have a video posted, and there will be a couple new items on the website. They'll be on flash sale, so watch for that. That's later this evening. If you're on the East Coast, I think it's about 8 o'clock, and on the West Coast around 5-ish. Those items will be on the website. And then coming up, we have what else did I want to tell you? I forgot to bring in a card kit. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I have a slide even for this. Hang on. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, where am I? I'm back. Sorry about that. I wanted to show you the new card kit, and I forgot to grab it. So here it is. Comes in our pink box. If you're a card kit club member, these were shipped on Friday. You should be getting them. Maybe, has anybody received their card kit yet? You might have already received it. If you're not in the card kit, or if you're not like in the Stamps of Life Stamp Club or Die Club, Fold-it Club, we have all these awesome cards. This is called the Card Kit Club, and I'll show you some of the items. Excuse me, over here. I did fix my camera up a little bit, so the colors should look a little bit better. But you can sign up for this club if you are not currently a club member. Let me go back over to the comments. Yeah, let's see who said they. Sonia's retired. Paula says she's retired. Bonnie's at home. Janet's watching from home. Barbara, everybody's retired at home. Carolyn's both at home. Hi, Shelby. Phyllis is retired. All right. So a lot of people who are, when you're retired, you have extra time to do fun stuff like this, right? So that's awesome. Let me switch over cameras. I think that looks pretty good. Yes. Colors are a little better, and I'll try to get that focused. Awesome. There we go. So if you are a Card Kit Club member, awesome. We're glad you are in the club. That's a little crooked. Aren't the colors better? Remember how it was all blue before? So hopefully now when you see the cards, they'll actually look like they look to me. I don't know why I didn't figure this out sooner, but if you have a phone or like a camera app, there is usually a little switch where you can do white balance. And white balance will fix all the blues and get your colors a little better. So I was able to do that. Okay, here we go. These are the items that would come in your kit. I'll go through it real fast. You get, of course, an idea card, some fun ideas on there. And each card kit, we do produce 5 videos that show you how to make cards with it. So if you're wondering, well, if I get the card kit, what am I going to do with it? Well, there are videos. They're quick 4 to 7 minute videos that will show you some ideas and things that you can make with the card kit. There's some fun gems. Still a little bit crooked. Whenever my lines are not straight, for some reason it really bothers me. I'm not like a perfectionist person, but some of the time things just kind of get me. We get these fun stickers, bird stickers. And I should show you this real quick. Let's see, where is it? Losing track of where I am here on my banners. We are looking at the card kit, cheer up kit. And I can get rid of my name. We'll keep going on here real quick. Okay, stickers there, snowflake stickers, I think that's called. You get the paper pad. That's awesome, right? And let's see if I can flip through this. You're going to get all these fun sheets of cardstock, double-sided, and you know it's real nice quality, and it's made in the USA. You get a little spool of ribbon. You're going to get some, what else? We have cardstock, a bunch. Some of it's loose, some of it will be in the pack, so a little variety there. But all the colors coordinate with our paper pad envelopes. And of course, kind of the big star is really nice. You get an A1 bouncy, that's a die set. This will make a card here just all by itself. You just run it through your machine and you are set to go. You decorate it with what's in the kit. It's fun, it's easy. That's what it looks like on the back. Now this is an A1 size. Some people say they love A1, some not so much. But this one comes with an A1. It's a little bit smaller size. If you were looking for the A2 size in that same die, we do have that available on our website. So you have the option. You're gonna get that die set, which is about a $25 to $30 value just by itself. And then you get all the extra goodies. So that's all in the card kit. And I think if you are not a club member, you would love being in that. It's fun to get some Happy Mail, we call it, every month, once a month. And that comes out around the 15th of the month. When we ship this last week on the 15th, and we do have some extra kits that are ready to go. All right, we're moving on. Next, we do have big news later this week. If you have not heard, where is it? My mouse is going crazy on me here. My computer mouse, not a real mouse. Let's see, Black Friday. We'll be live this Sunday for our Black Friday event. Here at the Stamps of Life, when we have a Black Friday release, everything comes out on Friday. So you don't have to wait for a certain day of the month. Stephanie's going to do a live demo. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have, of course, chat, all that fun stuff. It'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. That will be on this Sunday. It is the 24th, I think, the 24th. So mark your calendar, tell your friends. We'll be live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and we're going to look forward to having a great time. All of the items, I believe, that are being released that night are 40% off. So that will be our big Black Friday sale. If you can't watch live, it will be recorded and you can watch later. And then all the items will be on the website starting that Sunday night. Some might sell out, some might last a little bit longer. We don't know how the demand will be. We have a good quantity available of each one, but don't wait too long if you want to get those great deals. And then they also make nice gifts too. If you need a gift, or maybe you have a crafty friend, something like that. Somebody who likes to make cards like you. Oh, Gloria says she's at work. Some of you are at work, huh? How do you get to watch? Well, you know what? I do get to watch some stuff when I'm here at work. I have my iPad next to me, and I'll have it over here on the desk, and I'll have a video playing like on YouTube or something. So I understand. I get you guys if you're at work. Let's see. What else? Oh, what was the word? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, on that, it's cheer up is the word dies that come with this. I dropped it, and that is in the card kit. But Friday will be the Black Friday. Sunday, I'm sorry, will be the Black Friday sale starting here at the Stamps of Life. Now, it used to be Black Friday usually would start on right around Thanksgiving. But now, a lot of places are like Black Friday month. We haven't gone quite that crazy, but we do start ours a little bit early. That will start on Sunday night. So I hope you can join us. And I know everybody's always busy and that kind of stuff. So try your best. You will have a good time. I know Stephanie will make it entertaining, and I'll be kind of in the background, maybe on the chat a little bit, trying to help out. I did buy a camera so I can hopefully start to show up on screen a little bit when we do Crafting Corner. That's the plan. Stephanie's the star, but I'm like the sidekick there, so hopefully I can just pop in every once in a while. What else do we have? Okay, I think that's it. We're going to get started here. Real briefly, I looked for the die set around here, but I couldn't even find it. But I came across this sample. It is the Noel die set, and let me show you over here. I just have this one sample, but it is Christmas time. This is a fun one if you have one of the Stamps of Life circle flip-its. This will work like on the, I believe, the 5x7, and there's a standard A2 size flip-it too. That will fit right in there, right in the center. I looked up this word Noel. Well, let me show you on the website. Did you know, like, Noel is associated with Christmas? And I was wondering, well, what's the meaning of Noel? So I looked it up, and of course, we've heard like the song, The First Noel, and I was kind of searching for it, and it has to do with Christmas and Jesus' birth, and it's kind of has to be related to birthday. If you speak French, Noel actually means Christmas. But for us in the English language, it just doesn't kind of mean anything, but it's like the first birth. Now it's connected to Christmas, but I thought it was funny, Noel, like it's so Christmassy related and everything, but it's not even in the Bible. I searched, is the word Noel in the Bible? No. So anyhow, if you wanted to kind of know what Noel means, it's kind of like the first Christmas, birth. If you speak French, it actually does mean Christmas in French. Otherwise, for us English people, it's just Noel. And we know the song First Noel. You can add this and have a nice little card. Let me show you what I do have on the website, because that was my only sample that I have to show you. Let's switch over there. No. There we go. So if you were to go to our website, you just type in Noel and it would pop up. You'd be able to see it. Make sure I'm on there. And this is pretty old. It's from October of 2015. October of 2015, this one was originally added to the Stamps of Life website. October of 2015. So we're going way back in time. And so I don't even have it here in the store with me, but I did find this sample, and seeing as it is Christmas, I wanted to let you know that it's available. Right now, there's 13 on the website. And if you see here is a circle flip it. We have just a couple ideas. You get 2 dies. That's what it looks like. And it's a 2-piece die set. Again, going way back. But for Christmas time, it works perfect. And especially on the front of the flip it card, you might like it. All right. That was just a quick one. Again, being that it is Christmas time, and I saw that one card sample, I just wanted to share that with you. Also, real quickly, last week, I was working with the big 5x7, and it has a stripe on the front. It is it's a 5x7 card base, and you could add it and make it just like this. You could do a plain background, or you could do the stripes. So I was having some struggles with getting this to cut the way I wanted. So I just wanted to go back with this on you. I spoke to Stephanie after my demonstration when I got home last week, and I said I was having a hard time getting that to cut. Well, remember how some of the time the machines have all cut a little bit different? And I had discovered with one of the other dies that was more intricate even than this one, that I had to add an extra sheet of cardstock in there to make a shim, kind of. And then when I ran that die through, it worked much better. But Stephanie says the key to the intricate dies, or even one like this, is to use an adhesive sheet. Let me show you real quick. So by adding this adhesive sheet, oh, that looks kind of goofy. Let me fix that. By adding the adhesive sheet, oops, hang on. Sorry. By adding the adhesive sheet, it actually makes the where you die cut, it makes it a little bit thicker. And by being a little bit thicker, like how I had added the cardstock before, well, now the adhesive sheet takes the place of that. And when you make it a little bit thicker, there's more pressure. When you run this through the machine, there's more pressure and you get real cuts out of here. And then what's even nicer, if you add this, so you'd have your adhesive sheet, I'll show you. I won't add it to this, but this was Stephanie told me, so I wanted to make sure you guys know. It really helps with these more intricate dies, where the dies are a little bit more intricate. There's more lines, and you need that extra pressure. Maybe your machine, you don't have that problem, but my machine over there, and it could be mainly because of the cutting pads. Remember how they're starting to warp? That can cause the problem too. But you would just add this before you run it through the machine. You add this. So say this was my cardstock that I started with. I would add this to the back, and I would run it through the machine, and I would end up with this. But what would be nice now is this adhesive sheet would be on the back, and I would just peel it off. This would become a sticker. And I could just add this right to the front of my card because it's sticky. I don't have to try to get the adhesive and run it on this or anything. This back would all be sticky. I could just add it to that. So I wanted to let you know that that was Stephanie's recommendation. If your machine's not quite cutting all the way through your intricate dies, she definitely recommends the adhesive sheets. And I always tell you about those guys, but telling you about these ones, guys, but I want you to know that. I talked to Stephanie about it. If you ever come up with that problem, intricate dies, that might be the fix for you. Of course, make sure you have nice cutting pads. Flip them back and forth as much. If you start to get that bowing, you want to try to flatten them out. But if you just can't, or if you think they're flat and you're still getting not quite the cuts that you expected, you could give that a try. See how we're doing in our comments. All right, we are moving on. Barbara got her kit yesterday. Great. Thanks everybody for joining me. I see some, excuse me, a few more of you coming in. Jamie and Teresa, welcome. Carolyn, Holly, Diane. Oh, you know what, guys? I could really use your help too, is if you can like. Sometimes there is a like. I don't know if you're on Facebook or YouTube. You can do thumbs up or like, or if after this is over, if you really do like the presentation, if you could ever share it, that helps us get a little bit more notice on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff. So I would really appreciate that. Okay, so if you don't mind doing that. Now, if you watch this video later, and sometime we'll have, like today, I have a question for you, and then we're going to do a Thanksgiving quiz. If you answer live in the chat, awesome. That's the best way because you're here live with me. If you're not able to watch live, you can still answer all these questions just for fun. Post them in the comment section down below this video, okay? I always love to read the comments and hear what you guys have to say. And it's a way to get involved, even if you're not live. But we love the participation. And then maybe next week you can join us live if you weren't able to watch this one, okay? So make sure you post. Comments help people find us. If you are just watching later, if you just write in replay, that's a comment. That's good. Or this was the best video ever. Awesome. Or wow, you could have done this better. You can post that in there too. Whatever you want to say is fine with me, as long as we get some extra comments. And of course, nice ones, friendly ones, or constructive criticism. That's okay. I can handle it, right? I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I'm trying my best. Let's move on. We have a couple of fun items here today. If you like Slimline dies, I have this really nice set. It is called the Triple Square Slimline Drop-In. And let me change my... Hi, Ruth and Florence and Melissa. Welcome, everybody. All right, we are moving on to our real items here. We've had a lot of intro and chit-chat and fun stuff here, but let's get really going at things we're looking at today. New. Oh, no, I don't know why I have a hard time finding my way around this. I should have this down by now. Triple Square Slimline Drop-In die set from January of 2021. That is a mouthful. So it is basically, this fits in with a Slimline die set. You have to have the base. This is just a drop-in, so you're adding this to the base that you would already have to have. So if you don't have a Slimline die set, and I'll show you one when we get over there, you would have to have that in order to make this work. But I think a lot of you might already have that. We have like a rounded version. We have the basic Slimline. This works with it. And let me find it here on our website. Oh, I do have a question for you. This kind of has to go. No, I'll save that. I'll save that question for you until we get to our next segment. Okay, if you were to go to the website, that's what you see right there. It comes with 4 dies, a set of 4 dies, again, from January of 2021, about 3.5 years ago. And let's see our card samples. We can roll through those. So you have the option, again, with a horizontal Slimline. And it's going to create these 3 squares in the center. And of course, you can decorate them however you want. So use your imagination. What do we have here? We had kind of like the house settings here in this one. And then we have some of our tortoises, frogs, strawberries, tea time, right? You warm my heart. See all the different ways you can use this. You have some dog friends in there. Maybe you could add, if you have cats, if you like cats, you could add them in. Any critters you want, think of that. You could add those into the little square boxes. Great idea. There's our love bugs. So you see it's very versatile. It is going to, when you die cut it, it will actually just create a basic background in each one of these squares. So you have to do the decoration. Maybe you have embellishments or stickers, or maybe you want to stamp. You can stamp on the images that are created here. You can do different colors on the background. It's very, very versatile. Now, let me show you the samples that I have. And we might have seen a lot of these when we were just here on the website, but it's kind of fun to see them in person. And now that I have the color better here, you might see how awesome these cards are. Makes me feel bad because, over the last few months, I have presented a lot of cards. And I always thought, well, it's just because they kind of have a blue tint in it, because I have blue lights behind me, that it makes the cards look blue. But that wasn't really accurate. I'm sorry. It was because I didn't have the settings right on my camera. I didn't do the white balance. So if you're having color problems with your camera, check out the white balance. You can Google that kind of information, and you can make your cards and your pictures look a lot better if you get the white balance correct. Okay, here we go. This is our Slimline drop-in. So again, you have to have the base, the outside of the card, but the die set we have today, it's going to actually create this grid right here, this drop-in area. And you can see all the different ways. I'll save the tall ones till we move that little stage out of the way. Yeah, the colors look so much better, so much better. And I think we saw all these on the website, but again, it's fun to kind of see them one more time in person. And this one is a different, you can't do this with this die set, but just to give you an idea, we do have another version where it's stitched. You can see the little stitched on there, and it has squares. And let me check this real quick on our website. Hang on. Look that up. Let's see if I am correct. Stitch. Yes, there is a same type of die set as the one I'm showing you, but instead it is stitched. And that looks really nice. It just adds a little bit extra. So it's just a preference thing. If you like to have a little more detail, and if you like the stitch look, that is available with triple square, just like this one that we have here. So just imagine this, but instead you have the stitch version that is available on the website. And then if you go the other direction, and this looks like it is our rounded corner Slimline for the base, but the squares still work with that. And again, you can do a vertical version, and you can have your card base like this go up and down. And one more, and then we'll move over to the die tip. Actually, before that, we are going to do our quiz. Okay, so hang on there. I'm going to get this going. Our quiz. Let's switch over to me for a second, and I'm going to find the quiz. So get ready. Here we go. Remember, this is the quiz, and I think we're going to get a lot of these right today. So this is your chance to jump into the chat Let's see. Did I miss Polly's question? Yeah. Polly, I'm not sure if we still have t-shirts on the website. I have a couple here in the warehouse. We have talked about possibly doing new t-shirts in the future. I'm not sure, but it's a possibility. I know Stephanie says no currently because the biggest problem is different sizes. We never know what sizes to order. And so it's kind of hard to keep them in stock. So that's the one thing that's holding us back on that. But we might do t-shirts again someday with the new logo. This is our old logo. I don't even have a shirt with the new logo. I do have a hat. And I've asked about the hats, but I think you guys are not real hat people. So we haven't gone into getting those on the website yet either. Okay, here we go. Our quiz. This is Thanksgiving related, okay? Thanksgiving related. So start thinking Thanksgiving. And we've done a couple of these quizzes before. And this is a way for us just to kind of have some extra fun together and see how smart we are. Well, you know, I know a couple of the quizzes we did, maybe we were getting about 50-50 right. About 50-50 right. So I think this is Thanksgiving related. We're going to do better this time, right? I am going to bring up the question and I will answer how I think is best, but I want you guys to add in the chat. And then we're going to do about 10 questions, Thanksgiving related. Go ahead and keep track. See how many you get right or wrong. Maybe if you have a little piece of paper, you can go right, wrong, right, wrong. Let's see if anybody can get 10 for 10, or maybe at least a C, 7 out of 10. That would be good. We'd be passing. But here we go. And so you can see the question I am seeing. I will switch over cameras. Here we are. I will read the question and you answer in the chat and you keep track. Tell me how you did at the end. Which berry is traditionally eaten at Thanksgiving and Christmas in the U.S.? This is easy. Is it strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, or cranberry? This is question number 1. Of course, it's got to. Now, you can guess anyone you want, but I'm going cranberry. Yes, got that one right. Next, during Thanksgiving, many people have one of what on their table? A basket of plenty, a good and plenty, cornucopia, or a horn of triumph. What is your guys' guess? What do you guess? Make sure you add in the chat, okay? That's how we know you're participating, if you're adding your answers to the chat. If you just say it to yourself, then nobody knows if you got it right or not. I say cornucopia. Yes. All right. Frank and Sharon got that right. Did both of you get it right, Frank and Sharon, or just one of you? All right, next. What is the Monday shopping day after Thanksgiving called? Tricky. What is the Monday after Thanksgiving called, the shopping day? Is it Blue Monday, Cyber Monday, Monday Returns, or Monday Money Day? What is your guess? I am going, I know this one, Cyber Monday. Oh, I've got 3 out of 3. How are you guys doing? Did you get all 3 of these? I told you these are pretty easy. Maybe they'll start to get tougher. What role does Wednesday play in the camp's Thanksgiving play in the Addams Family Values? I don't know this. What role does Wednesday play? Wednesday must be a person. Play in the camp's Thanksgiving play in the Addams Family Values. What role? Is it Amelia Earhart, Eleanor Roosevelt, Pocahontas, or Cleopatra? I am going to guess. I feel like this is a trick one. I'm going to go Eleanor. No, it was Pocahontas. Did you guys get Pocahontas? Yeah, I see some of you did. Good job. I'm 3 out of 4. I just didn't know that. What is the loose skin under a male turkey's neck called? What is the loose skin under a male turkey's neck called? The snood, the soup, the sloopy, or the snork? This is a tricky one too. It can't be soup. I'm going to say the first one. What do you guys guess? Snood. Ha! That was just a guess. So if you said snoot and you knew it, good job. I didn't know. I just guessed. Okay. Who was the leader of the Wampanoag when the Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth in 1620? I guess that's who was the leader of the Wampanoag. I guess it must mean Indians or Native Americans. Sequoia, Pocahontas, Geronimo, or Massasoit. I know I've heard of Pocahontas and Geronimo, but I'm going to guess Pocahontas. No. Did anybody get that one right? Massasoit. I don't see anybody here saying they got it. Judy, the sound should be working. Nobody else has told me there's no sound. So I think there must be a setting for you where you're not getting it. Yes. So check that out. Check your sound setting on Facebook or maybe your phone or however you're watching. But I never heard of that one. Nobody is posting that name. So did we all get it wrong? Ruth says she got it right. Did you really, Ruth? I don't see your answer there, Ruth. Well, anyhow, that was a tough one. Okay, good. Everybody else hears me? Just one person. So yeah, there must be some setting not quite right there. What percentage of Americans eat turkey for Thanksgiving? I would guess 100%, but let's see. What do you think? Is it 95%, 66%, 46%, 7%? It can't be either of the bottom two. It's got to be one of the top two. I'm going to say 95. I know that's pretty high, but I'm going to try it. Yes, 95%. Good job, Susan. 3 to go. I've got at least 2 wrong, I think. How are you guys doing? According to USDA, the best way to ensure Thanksgiving stuffing is safe to eat is to cook it. How? Stuffing. How do you usually cook it? I cook mine separate. Some people stuff it inside. How do you cook your stuffing? Outside. I don't have the patience to really cook so I get the stovetop or one of those brands and heat up the water, add some butter, mix in the stuff, and boom, there you are. So on top of the turkey, separate from the turkey, spelling error, separate from the turkey and turkey's gravy, or inside the turkey. I say separate is the safest way. Inside the turkey, if the turkey doesn't get all cooked. So the best way to ensure that Thanksgiving stuffing is safe is to cook it separate. See? Separate. Number 9. On what day in November did President Franklin Roosevelt set Thanksgiving in 1939? Well, we're going way back. Were any of you alive in 1939? Do we have anybody born in that time? That's like World War II time, or maybe right close to it. Was anybody born during that time? I was not around yet. I wasn't born until 68. But on what day in November? It's the 4th Thursday. I got it. That's right. Yep. 4th Thursday. Okay, our last question. How long now there are more questions and we can save these for next year, but we're just in the first 10. How long did the Pilgrims' first feast last? Whew. 1 day, 3 days, a week, or they're still partying? I don't think it's that one. What do you guys think? 1 day, 3 days, a week, or they're still partying? I'm going to guess. I'm just guessing. You would think it would just be 1 day, but they didn't have much else to do. You couldn't go to the mall to shop. You couldn't go on Instagram to scroll around. There's no TVs. So what else do you do but sit around and have parties and eat turkeys, right? So I'm going to say 3. Oh, that was a guess. Gloria, you got it right. Shelby, you got it right. Teresa, you got it right. Janet, you said inside the turkey was the safest way? Nope. Outside the turkey, you got to go outside. Karen said a week. I guess 3. That was good. All right, we're going to save these other ones maybe for next year. If you want to go to a website, this website is called triviawiz.com, and they have all kinds of trivia there. There might be some topics that interest you. Triviawiz.com. It's the word trivia and then WIZZ, 2Z's.com. And they have all kinds of fun things. It kind of makes you think, and which is good. Remember how we talked about that? It's good to try to make our brains do a little bit extra every time. I think I got 8 out of 10. Susan said she got 9 out of 10. That was good. Anybody else? Did we get any 10s? Frank and Sharon missed 1. That's pretty good. 90%. You guys are A's. I'm about a B, low B. But there's a couple of them I just, and then about 2 or 3 I just guessed and I was getting them right. So that was lucky. Okay, let's move on. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, that's triviawiz.com if you want to see more stuff like that. The only thing is, don't go ahead and try to get all the answers before we do a quiz, because that would be like cheating, right? We don't allow cheaters around here. No cheating. Now, of course, you wouldn't know the topic ahead of time, right? That I'm going to bring up. So I'm just teasing you guys just for fun, okay? If you want to go on there and memorize all the answers to every quiz they have, and then you'll get every answer right, good for you. It'll be good for your brain. I don't recommend doing that, though. Okay, let's move over to our die table and check this set out. Again, this is the triple square slimline drop-in from the Stamps of Life back in January 2021. January 2021. Let's check this out. I hope you guys like slimline cards. I think they're really nice. Of course, you get a much greater area to work with, and it's fun to have that extra space. Now, what I did was I went ahead and, just for the sake of time, I took out a die set. This is the Slimline card die set. The base, this is the regular rectangle version. We also have a rounded version on the ends. This is on our website. This is a real nice die set. This die is included in here. So this is what it looks like. You get a few sentiments here, some artwork. And I went ahead and I did cut a base for us ahead of time. The large die here, this really large one here on the outside, it will cut and score this card right here. And you have the score line there, folds in half. Boom. It's ready to go. Already a slimline. I took this die here and I have created a panel. So that's going to give us a little background color. So you can use any kind of color you want here. Maybe you have some pattern paper you want to use. You could use white. You can do whatever you want with this background area. But whatever you put here is going to show through these holes. So you want to think about that ahead of time. Whatever color you put in here is going to come through those little squares. Again, this comes with 4 dies. We're just using the outside or the drop-in part here. You also have the option, you can use these squares if you want to do some layering. You can do that. Mix and match colors. Maybe you don't want this to all be red. Maybe you want to have red in the center. Well, you could use these 2 dice here, and you could add, maybe if you want to do red and pink, you could add some pink squares here. So you have some options with these little squares to change your background. And then you're just going to take your die set and you're going to pair it up. Because it's a drop-in, that means you have to use it with some of the other dies that come in this large set with the base. So we have this one here. And as we add it to get ready to run it through the machine, we have to pair it with this rectangle. This rectangle is going to actually cut this out. That's why it is called a drop-in. So these two have to work together. So let's do that. I'm going to, got some nice green, kind of like a, I think this is kiwi, our kiwi color. I would say this is licorice and cranberry, maybe strawberry. We're going to go ahead and add this face down. And again, face down with the rectangle around it. And here, we could just run it through if we wanted to. But if we want the, you can see here, the sides to kind of come out even, not look all out of sorts, we are going to have to add some washi tape. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I did get some new washi tape here. Found some rolling around the warehouse. I have tons of extra stuff here and there. So I grabbed this one. And I think there's about 100 rolls of this pink and white washi. So we are not going to run out. I can use a lot of it if I want. I'm just going to tape it down on two sides. But if you really want to keep things even, you might want to add the washi on both ends as well. And then we're going to add the top plate. And it would be best if I could get this. Remember how we want to try to avoid speed bumps if we want. So if we put the die at just a slight angle, it usually helps. If the die just goes straight through, sometimes you'll hear this clicking. And every once in a while, it might produce kind of an odd cut. Or it might not cut all the way through. But that's kind of rare. But just so you know, it's best if you do just the dies at just a slight angle. We're going to run that through. Whoops. You can see this is going to start to get real noisy, so I'm going to slide this over a little bit because one of my plates is out of whack here on the bottom. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. We just run that through. And you get these little extra squares. Maybe you have another project you want to use these extra squares with, but you don't have to use them on this die or on this card. And we're going to peel that off, get rid of that scrap paper, take off the washi tape. Go kind of slow. Most of the time the paper doesn't tear, but every once in a while the washi tape can pull off a little of your card. So we'll be careful to make sure that doesn't happen. And we have our nice die there. That's a little bit of washi. It doesn't matter. We'll take this and we would just adhere this to the front. So let's go ahead and do that. And just use your imagination again. Be creative. Pick any color combination that you want. There's no real right color or wrong color. I'm just grabbing some of the cardstock I was thinking Christmas. I think these are kind of Christmassy colors. And we will go ahead and add a little adhesive on here. And I won't go crazy with that, but obviously you want to put enough so it's going to really adhere really well. And we'll add that to the front. Sure that lines up really good. Got that. There we go. So that is the Slimline drop-in. Now you have these squares, and these colors don't match or anything, but if you just wanted to add some little flowers in, you could do that. Have a yellow, a pink. They kind of would go with the green, but they don't look too great with the black, but you could add a couple of little flowers in there. I have this little guy who says, congratulations. I could add him there to the center. It's really easy, you know, so much fun. If you like the Slimline style, you have a lot of extra space to work with on a Slimline. So as you open it up, you would want to, if you want to write or add a note, obviously you would have to use white ink, having this be so dark, or you could cut another panel, a white one, and you could add that to the inside, and then you would have all this space to be able to write with. So that is the Slimline drop-in from the Stamps of Life. Reminder for some of you, you may have it, or maybe you just have some other Slimlines and you haven't made a Slimline card lately. They are, again, see how easy it was to do? And I like easy. Fold-its are easy. Slimlines are easy. A2 cards are pretty easy. Just depends how intricate and fun you want to make your card. You have lots of options, different things you can do. All right, let's head back over to our computer and see what we've got going on over there. Hope you are all still with me. Thanks for joining me today. Barbara says she got 3 wrong. Let's see who else. Lori got 8 out of 10 on our quiz. Ruth got 8 out of 10. Good. Gloria, 8 out of 10. What else? Ruth knows Massock was the chief in the history class. Good job, Ruth. I don't remember that. Janet missed 3. I think that's it. Nobody else is telling us. Did anybody else? Did anybody do better than 8 out of 10? 9 out of 10, Susan. Good job, Susan. Good job. Okay, let's keep moving on. I will pull up our next item here. We just did the triple square, so our next one, we did the Noel. We talked about the card kit. Oh, am I missing one? Oh, there it is. This is the Sleigh Fold-it card. Fold-it card. It makes an A2 card, and this is perfect because here we are at Christmas time. This is the Stamps of Life Sleigh Fold-it card. It's an A2, and it's a shaped card. And you know, I was just telling you that fold-its are a lot of fun. I have some awesome samples to show you. Let's check out the website over here. Now, whenever I think of sleighs, of course, it makes me think of the song Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells. But there are some interesting things about Jingle Bells. My first question for you is, before I tell you about the information about Jingle Bells, do you have a favorite? This is our question for right now. Do you have a favorite Christmas song? What is your favorite Christmas song? Tell me your favorite Christmas song. Post it. If you're with us on the chat right now, add it to the chat. If you're watching later, post it down in the comment section below. We want to know your favorite Christmas song. What is your favorite Christmas song? We're talking about Jingle Bells right now. That's not my favorite. Maybe I like, this is kind of a kid song, but I like Away in a Manger. I like We Wish You a Merry Christmas. But did you know, so tell me your favorite Christmas song. Silver Bells, that's a nice one. I'm, again, attempting to, well, no, I am playing piano, but at the beginner level. I've started to learn to play Silent Night, so I'm hoping to have that ready to go by Christmas. And I'm trying to play Jamie. I'm trying to play Silver Bells. Of course, this is at a beginner level, but I like that song as well. What is your favorite song? Mary, did you know? That's great. Joy to the World. Karen, yeah. Mary, did you know? Stephanie loves that one, you guys, if you didn't know. So Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells was written by this guy, James Lord Pierpont. He's the nephew of J.P. Morgan. Isn't that like a big banker, a bit rich guy? I'm getting all my words mixed up here. Jingle Bells was not meant to be a Christmas song. Did you know that? It was not originally a Christmas song. Let's find out why was it written. It was not originally a Christmas song. The song was actually performed at a Thanksgiving church service. It was never intended to be a Christmas song. If you listen carefully to the lyrics, you will notice there is actually no mention of Christmas. How about that? Thanksgiving or any holiday for that matter. They're not really sure where it was originally written. It does show up in, somebody played it when they went to outer space. Astronaut Walter Schirra and Thomas P. Stafford, I guess, I don't know these guys, but back in 1965, they played this song in outer space, Jingle Bells, but it was not originally a Christmas song. I guess you could read, if you Google Jingle Bells, there are some real long lyrics that are not what you would normally, we know the main phrase. There is a lot more to this song. And it talks, I think, about, no, I don't know. There's some information that talks about like maybe it's just like a fun song, I think, but the Jingle Bells sleigh crashes or something like that. I saw some of the lyrics, but anyhow, if you want to know more about the Jingle Bell songs, just type in Jingle Bells and lyrics, and you might just get the short version, but if you search it a little bit more, you'll probably find the version that includes more of the lyrics, and then you'd go, yeah, that's not really Christmassy. But anyhow, we all associate Jingle Bells with Christmas. Of course, it could be kind of a winter song, but it doesn't really say what it was meant for. It doesn't have to do anything with the holiday. Some point, I think later on, I don't see it in these. Oh, it was originally called, it wasn't called Jingle Bells. It was called One Horse Open Sleigh was the original title when it was written in 1857. And then I think it became popular, maybe what I read, because I don't see it here in these notes, but that Bing Crosby sang it. And it was on a Christmas album or at a Christmas program. And that's when it started to become associated with Christmas. So Jingle Bells was originally called One Horse Open Sleigh, and it had nothing to do with Christmas. So I hope that didn't ruin or mess up anybody's Christmas, but just some fun facts about that Jingle Bell song. I hope if I started listening to Christmas music after Thanksgiving, it's almost Christmas time, you'll be able to play and play and play and hear all your favorite songs real soon. So that is coming up. Whatever your favorite song was today, I hope you'll have lots of time to play that. So here are the card samples I have with the Sleigh Fold-it, and we'll go back to the website here in just a minute to take a look at that as well. And you can see you can get really crazy with this one and decorate and have a lot of fun. I can go down here a little bit. Whoops. There we go. So you can just add gifts and presents and decorate your sleigh. That is very nice. I see some glitter under there. It really kind of makes it sparkle. I don't know if you can see that. And here is a nice one using, it looks like a lot of pattern paper from maybe one of the Stamps of Life pattern paper pads. Oh, I'm so glad that we got this color fixed over here. It looks so much better. You can kind of see all the junk behind me a little bit more. I'm going to have to clean that up, huh? There's some foil and our little gnome. Foil paper with some cardstock. Maybe this is sage here on the background of that one. There's some gold foil paper. And this is a fun one. You can paper piece with it. So as we said, this is it makes an A2 card as a fold-it, but you can also add it to a card front. So just like that, here's an A2 card as the base, but we've added the sleigh to the front. Our designer did. Very nice. And you could also just think of that, adding that sleigh to maybe a scrapbook page if you like to make scrapbook pages, or if you want to decorate maybe a little bulletin board or something like that. That would also work with that. And then one more. Here it is on a, remember we did the 5x7 card last week, so that fits on there really nice. You have enough room. This is on a 5x7 card. You would have your sleigh, you can add all your little characters, and you have some room for some outside decoration. That is a fun one. So I see a lot of different Stamps of Life characters on there, our polar bear, our penguins, and a reindeer. That is fun. Those are the samples I have with me. Let's check out the website and see what else there is. All right, the sleigh. I have it here. Here we go. Okay, this is the Sleigh Fold-it die set. It includes 3 dies. And if you go on the website, there is a video with it. I believe Stephanie makes a card in that video. And you'll have some nice samples here. There's the dies. We may have seen some of these. We might not have. There, we did just take a look at that one. Yes, very nice. It's fun to have these ideas. If you need a refresher, maybe you don't want to go back and watch through this whole video, you can just go back and go to our website. You'll see the card ideas right here. If you have this Sleigh Fold-it, it's Christmas time. You can make a lot of sleigh Christmas cards. It would be really nice. There's the video, and back to the beginning. So that is on the website. Let's see if there's any coordinating things. So there's a few different things. You can make a box card out of this. Whoops. Did I not show you guys the... I don't think I switched over. Sorry, hang on one second. Did you guys see these, or did I flip through? I'm not sure if I showed you. Anyway, the card samples are there. And you get the 3 dies. Sorry if I'm showing you this again. When I went back over to my screen, I saw something different than I expected to be there. So I wanted to make sure you did get to see these. These samples are always on the website. You can see them anytime. And I was scrolling down here, and you can add a box it to it. There's some gifts. You could add the little gift boxes to your sleigh. There's the reindeer and elves, Santa. You have all kinds of options, different things you could add to your sleigh. Let's go ahead and we'll cut it out real quick. This is a good one for, This is a good one for paper piecing. You can paper piece with this. Whoops. Where are we? No, not that one. Let's see. Why did it do that? There we go. Sleigh Fold-it from December of 2020. So this is 4 years old. And I imagine some of you picked it up. I think this originally might have been part of a class. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think it was possibly part of a class. And then we also added it to our website as just a separate item. There's a big demand for this one. So you remember how with a Fold-it, you are going to use the base to create the base of your card, or not, this is the large die, not the base, but the large die. You can have your fold be on the top or on the side, and it has little spots right there where it'll tell you place your fold here or place your fold there. We're going to get some cardstock here. And we need to fold that in half. I'm not even sure what color this is, but kind of looks Christmassy. Then we just take this die set here. Oh, one of my alarms is going off. Let me stop that real quick. Hang on. Going a little bit long here again, so thanks for hanging in there with me. We're not in a rush on these episodes, but I wish I could keep it around closer to an hour, a little bit under, but we're not going to quite make it today. And we'll get that lined up there. That needs to come up off the top just a little. My cutting pads seem to be nice and straight. And just run that through. Now remember, when you do a Fold-it, you fold your cardstock, which is great. But then when your die set comes out, you get the kind of oddball straight line right there. You don't really want to have that. That doesn't look like a sleigh. So we need to fix that. We need to cover that. Here's our Fold-it. We're on the right track, but we need to get rid of that straight line. So we're going to take this, and I don't think I have enough room on this, do I? I might just have enough. So we're going to take this piece of cardstock here. We'll just tear off this extra. We just need this little tiny bit here. And now we're going to run this through without a fold this time. Now, this time we're just going to put the die on top of the cardstock and run it through just like that. No fold this time. That's going to help erase that line. We don't want to see that straight line. We could maybe cover it up with some other things, but this is the safest way to do it. And I know this is how the die is designed to work. You make the base with the fold, you get the line, and then you just have to kind of cover it up. So we're doing that. Here is mine now. See how it's nice and curved here? That looks really good. See this one? It's got that straight line. We want to get rid of that straight line. So we're going to take this and adhere it right to the top. Oops, is that one working? No, I think that one's failing. Go ahead and add a little adhesive here. And then we can add that to the top. And you can see how our line is gone. We got the nice smooth curve here on the top. Then we could decorate it. It comes with the inside dies. You could paper piece. You can have this kind of plaid look. You can use, and I cut out a few pieces ahead of time to kind of speed things up. These are some of the different results you can get. And so just imagine you can use any colors you want. I did some pattern paper, some foil, a different color, kind of outline it. So you can just kind of decorate this one however you want and get intricate and have a lot of fun. Whoop, that's getting caught on there. Let's take that out. So basically, if you wanted to just go with one color. I don't know how I got these all hooked together like this, but they have these little curly cues, and now everything is sticking together. Now, let's see. I don't want to tear that. How can I unhook that without breaking it? Almost. Hang on. Bear with me here. What is going on? There we go. Whew, it was really hooked on there. So you would just take this. You can have a look like this and decorate your sleigh with a color like that. You could add some foil paper. Of course, the blue and the red don't go together too good, but just to give you an idea, you could use foil, glitter paper there. And we also have the option where you can kind of give it a plaid look. Maybe you want to go back to this one. Let's see. Now these are getting hooked together again. How did that happen? Maybe you like that combination there. You could do that. You could have lots of different colors. You get to mix and match and decorate, and then you get to fill in your sleigh. Or you can keep it really basic right there like that. Maybe you have a word die and you just want to add Merry Christmas. Very, very easy. You have a little bit of space inside. You can add a nice little note. And then on the back, you could add your made by, your little fun stamp where you get to personalize that. So that's the Stamps of Life. Fold it. A2, that's the sleigh. You have the different dies that will give you different combinations. You can, again, piece it together. If you just want the bottom to be blue, you could just cut off the rails and add blue. Maybe you want your sleigh area to be a different color. Very, very easy. Here it is with the pattern paper. You can use that as well. Lots of different options. Very fun to use. And thinking cards first, Christmas cards, but box card, maybe you want to put some little treats on a desk. You could do that. Put some little chocolates in it, maybe a little gift. You could even use it as like a little gift box, I believe, if your sleigh was open. So think it's two-sided and your box is in the middle. You could put a nice little present in there. Just fun. You could decorate your table, all kinds of different things you could do this one. Again, it comes with these 3 dies. Fun set, perfect for Christmas. All right, that is it for our presentation today. For looking at our dies. I hope you liked all of those. Let me switch over here. Yeah, so those are on the website. They're available. Excuse me 1 second here. I hope you will swing by and check those out. Like if you want to find the Sleigh Fold-it, just type in the word sleigh, S-L-E-I-G-H. That's kind of a tricky one. That's on the website. You can find it. And then the Noel die is on there. We still had like a dozen of those or so available on the website. And then we have the triple Slimline that we looked at today. Okay, next, we're moving on. We're going to do our devotional today. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I hope you have a Bible with you. If not, you can follow along. I have a couple slides here. And I will switch things up here. We are in Matthew chapter 14. And we do this just because it is good for us to hear what God wants to say to each of us. And you know what? I really think God always has something he wants to say to you and to me as we read his word together. So let's always be open to that. And even as we open it, maybe we'll pray real quick and ask God to bless this time. Where did that go? Let me get rid of that little square. Almost. Hang on. Thanks for your patience. Get rid of that. Hide. And I can put the little Take Two Tuesday on there. But we are in Matthew chapter 14. And we will, let's see, is that the one we wanted? No. There it is. Matthew chapter 14. Remember how Jesus is kind of going, he's starting his ministry. And in 14, there's a variety of some stories. But let's pray first, huh? And just ask God to bless this time. Let's pray together. Father, thank you so much that we can spend this time together. And we just thank you that we can have fun like this, crafting together. But even more important, that we can share your word together. And as we open up our Bibles, we pray that you'll speak to each of us and show us how we can take your word and apply it to our lives and that we can just go out and live for not just ourselves, but to further your kingdom as you kind of mold us and shape us and make us to be more like Jesus. That would be our prayer, that your word would sink into our minds and our hearts and then into our lives. All right. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Just bless this time. Amen. Okay, Matthew 14. If you have your Bible, if you have a Bible app, great. Oh, sorry, I got a little itch here. If you don't, I have the verses here, some of them, so you can follow along too. We kind of do like an overview of the chapter, and then we pick out one little section. And this is a fun, interesting chapter. Let's see if this will fill in for me. Let's see, Matthew 14. I don't even have my spot. Here we go. So we start out the chapter, kind of a bit of a troubling story. You remember John the Baptist, he was with Jesus at the beginning of his ministry. He was the one who baptized Jesus. It's possible they were cousins, pretty likely, and maybe they grew up together, so they were familiar with each other. Well, John had ended up in prison, and while he's in prison, he ends up dying. They put him to death. And if you read that section, it's really a troubling story. It's not good. We won't go into too much of it, but sad. John is off the stage. These people, when I read the story and I started to think it over, it really reminds me of, people when they get power, it can go to their heads and they can misuse it. And these people were pretty evil. And so you get this mixture of power, kind of pride, and there's even a partying, alcohol is involved, and it turns out not very good. So John ends up dying, and his disciples, they bury him, and then they went and told Jesus what had happened. Jesus leaves. He says he departs from the area. It's not Jesus' time to die yet. So he is getting away from these people who are causing problems. It's Herod and his family, kind of creepy people. But you can read about that at the beginning. Then as he leaves, they go out on a boat, and he ends up landing on the other side. I think it's the Sea of Galilee. It doesn't say right here. But a large crowd meets them, and they're gathering. It says there's like 5,000 men here. So there could, when you add maybe 5,000 women plus kids, there could be 10, 15,000 people here. They're hungry. And so Jesus feeds them, but they don't have a store to buy anything, or there's no general store, there's no market to go to. The disciples are, how are we going to feed these people? And Jesus said, what do you have? And they say, we just have a couple fish and 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And Jesus said, bring it to me. And he blesses it. He blessed and he broke it, and he gave the loaves to the disciples. They passed out the food. Everybody was stuffed, totally full stuff. And when they end up at the end, there's 12 baskets full of extra bread and extra fish. So I always picture, each of these disciples, they knew what they started with, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And here at the end, they have 12 baskets, and each of them is holding a basket. It must have been an amazing thing. It was going through their mind, hey, we started out with just this small bit, but now we have more than we started with. And just real quickly, when we just have a little, but we give it to Jesus, he can do a lot with it. So think about that. Whatever you just have a little to offer to the Lord, he can take it and he can use it to do something really great. That's the power of God's kingdom. He takes little and he just kind of magnifies it and causes it to be much greater or do much better or more awesome things than we could ever imagine. So he feeds all these people. And then Jesus, so they send the crowd away. Everybody's happy. They're full. He sends his disciples out on a boat. And so that's where we're going to pick up. We'll get that story when Jesus walks on the water. We'll come back to that. And then finally, at the end of the chapter, verse like around 34, they come to the land of Gennesaret, and tons of people are coming to him. And it says that everybody that comes to Jesus, he heals them. Everybody. It says the people they brought to him, they were sick. And they begged him that they might only touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched it were made perfectly well. We were in our the youth group with some of the high school teenage guys, and we were talking about something like this, how Jesus could just heal people. Anything, any problem. Think about the people back in these times. They didn't have medical care. They didn't have doctors. They were coming in bad condition. There might have been like limbs missing or eyes missing or blindness or sicknesses that there was no way to cure. But they came to Jesus. All of these things were healed. So it was miraculous. It's just come so simple. It says they were made perfectly well. So just imagine anything, any problem that any person had, they came and they touched the garment of Jesus and they were healed. That is incredible, right? There's power with Jesus, that's for sure. Okay, we are going back to our main portion around verse 22, and I think I have the verses here. I'll read the whole story, but I did bring up a couple of these parts for you to take a look at. So Jesus sent them out on a boat, and they encounter a big storm. Let me switch that over for you. I think you can see those words. They encounter a big storm, and Jesus is off praying. He's by himself praying, something he practiced often, and something that maybe is a good model for us to be alone and to pray is something wise that each of us can do. He was alone there, and in the middle of the night, it says it's like the fourth watch, which I think is 3, 4, 5 in the morning, total dark, crazy storm. And they are in this, they're being tossed by waves, says, but the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. And now in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them. He was walking on the water. So just imagine that right away. And the disciples saw him walking on the sea, and they were troubled, saying, it's a ghost. And they cried out for fear. And here we pick up. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it's you, command me to come to you on the water. So he said, come. And when Peter had come out of the boat, he walked to the water to go to Jesus. But when that's Peter, saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, Lord, save me. Let's go on to our next. And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him, pulled him up, and said to him, O you of little faith, why did you doubt? And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. And those who were in the boat came and worshipped him, saying, truly you are the Son of God. Wow, that would have been amazing, right? To see Jesus walking on water. In the middle of a storm, he comes out walking to them. And what's interesting about this story, Jesus, knowing ahead of time, he's off praying. He's aware that the disciples are out there in the midst of a storm. You know, some of the time, the Lord will send us even into storms, maybe that we weren't expecting, but God puts us in the middle of something that is going to be difficult. And life is not always easy, right? We talk about that quite often. Following Jesus is great. It's the best thing we could ever do, but it doesn't always make life easy. God is going to allow storms in our life and troubles to come to us. So here they are in this storm, and Peter sees the waves. And well, first off, I have to commend Peter, right? He said, Lord, if it's really you, ask me to come out there. That takes a lot of courage, right? And a lot of faith that he's willing to go out there, to go to Jesus. And so he takes that step. So you got to commend him for that. And then he says he became afraid. He sees the waves. He sees the situation around him, and he starts to sink. So there's a high and then a kind of a low, and then he kind of comes back to, but when he's going down, what does he say? He says, Lord, save me. That's awesome. That is a short prayer, right? Lord, save me. We can do that. We can pray to God that way. When I'm in a situation or you're in a situation where we need help, all we got to do is pray something like that. God knows our situation. Of course, we could pray longer. We could really pour out our hearts to God. But some of the time, it's just simple to the point like that. Lord, save me. God wants to do that. We just got to cry out and ask for help. God wants to help us. But you or I, we might be going through a storm right now. And what happens? What happened with Peter? he was looking at Jesus, but he got his eyes off of Jesus and he got his eyes onto the situation that was around him, right? It didn't look so good. Our job is that we need to keep our eyes on Jesus. Otherwise, what's going to happen to us when we're in the middle of a storm? We start to become afraid or troubled. We're going to start to sink like Peter, right? Things aren't going to get better. When we've talked about this too before, if we're worried or afraid or we're troubled, it doesn't make things better, correct? It doesn't make things better for us to be worried or to be afraid. We need to keep our eyes on Jesus. So that's number one. And then more focused on Jesus, less attention on our troubles, knowing that worrying is not going to fix anything or make anything better. We bring our troubles to Jesus. We keep our eyes on him. We know he's in control. And then even as we're in that storm, you can know and have confidence, no matter how difficult the storm is, no matter how difficult the challenge is, that the Lord's going to meet you at that place. So don't think you're alone. You can't handle this. The Lord won't give us more than we can handle. He's going to be there. He's going to carry us and support us. And so that is just, I want us to have that confidence when life is troubling and difficult. Let's call on the Lord. Let's keep our eyes on him. Let's not get worried with our troubles, our surroundings, our circumstances, maybe the people. Whatever that situation is, whatever the storm is, don't let that become the big thing. Let's let the Lord become the big thing that carries us through. And how it says here at the end, as they were together, as Jesus was with them in the boat, it says like the storm just dissipated. It was just gone, right? It was smooth sailing after that, right? Once they were with Jesus again. So our job, let's stay with Jesus. Let's keep focused on him. The storm will pass, and we can know that God's in control. And then at the end, or even as we're going through it, like the disciples, they worship Jesus. We can do that too. We can praise him and thank him for getting us through that storm, for being that safe place for us, a place that gives us confidence, strength, a place where we know that God is in control. It's good to know that we don't have to be in control when there's a storm around us, but we can rest and know that God's in control. That's really great. Okay, that is it. I hope you had a wonderful time today. I had fun being with you guys. Talking about Jesus is a great way to end it. Maybe this will send us off. So whatever you're facing, maybe you're one of those people who are going through a storm right now. God's with you. Just call out to him, Lord, save me, help me. Keep your eyes on him. And I know he's going to get you through these times. Have a blessed and awesome day. I plan on seeing you on Thursday. I'm working to try to get a camera in there. I know I've been saying that for a long time, so we'll see. But I did buy one. Now we got to see if we can get it all hooked up and ready to go. We'll have a fun night on Crafting Corner, and then later in the week, save it for Black Friday. Let's see if we had any more comments in here. Again, thanks, everybody. And I know we've been going a little bit long, but it is fun to get all this in. We just keep adding little extra things, right? It's fun to do the quiz. It's fun to have some questions and just to chat. And I did have 3 items today too, right? Janine, have a great day. Ruth, have a great day. Karen, all of you, Frank and Sharon, Bonnie, Teresa, may God bless each of you today. I will see you next week for Take 2 Tuesday. And again, later this week for Crafting Corner and Black Friday. I will see you soon. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.